Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you are all doing well. And in this video, I'll be explaining about the sorting techniques in arrays. There are majorly four sorting techniques that you people must know. And in these four sorting techniques, today I'll be explaining the selection sort and the other three, that is the bubble sort, the merge sort, and the quick sort. I'll be explaining in the further upcoming videos. So without any delay, let's get into the topic. And yeah, you might be seeing some of the array elements on your screen. And here, this array is unsorted. This is not sorted. So in order to sort, we will be using the selection sort technique. So how to implement this selection sort? Guys, this is simple, easy. So let's hurry up and let's get into the topic and let's solve this problem. Guys, in order to sort this array, what we will do is, first we will select one element. That is, I will select the first element in this array. That is the element at index 0. I will select the first element and I will put this element in the minimum. And in the next loop, that is, for the first loop, in the first loop, the first element will be selected. And in the second loop, I will compare this minimum with all the other elements in this array. I will compare 1 with 5, 2 with 5, 9 with 5, 8 with 5, 11 with 5, 15 with 5. In this way, I will compare all the elements with this minimum and I will calculate the minimum among this array. So let's solve this. Here I have taken 5 as the minimum and now I will compare all the elements. Now I will go to index 1 as 1 less than 5. Yes, 1 is less than 5. So what I will do is I'll erase this and I will add 1 in this minimum. Now I will go to index 2. Is 2 is less than 1? No. Index 3, 9 is less than 1? No. Index 4, 8 is less than 1? No. Index 5, 11 is less than 1? No. Index 6, 15 is less than 1? No. Index 7, no. Index 3, sorry, index 5, index 8, no. Index 9, no. So we have decided the minimum in the first iteration. In the first iteration, I got the minimum as 1. And now what I will do is, here I will store this current element, that is the index, the element at index 0 in the temporary. And what I will do is, I will swap these two elements. I will swap 1, 5 and 1. And here I'll take this and I'll put 1 here and I'll put 5 here. So this was the first iteration. Let's go to the second iteration. In second iteration, I'll go to the first index and I will compare the minimum. Here I have chosen the first index and the element at the first index is 5. And now I will compare all the elements. I'll go to the index 2. Is 2 is less than 5? Yes, 2 is less than 5. Take this and put 2 here. And now let's go to index 3. Is 9 is less than 2? No. Is 8 is less than 2? No. False, false, false. Is 3 is less than 2? No. Is 7 is less than 2? No. So we have decided our minimum. And now let's store the current index element, that is 5, in the temporary. And now I will swap 5 and 2. Here I will be swapping 5 and 2. Here I'll write 2, here I'll write 5, and I'll erase this. And now I'll go to index 2. And in index 2, I'll take the minimum element as the current element value, that is current index value, that is 5. And now I'll compare with all the elements. Now let's go to the index 3. Is 9 is less than 5? No. Is 8 is less than 5? No. Is 11 is less than 5? No. Is 15 is less than 5? No. Is 14 is less than 5? No. Is 3 is less than 5? Yeah, this is true. Now what I will do is I'll remove this 5 and I'll add 3 over here. And the current index value, that is 5, I'll put in the temporary array. And now I will swap 5 and 3. Okay, so in place of 3 I will add 5, and in place of 5 I'll be adding 3. That's all. Okay, and now let's go to index 3. Now let's go to the index 3. I'll remove all this. Now I am at index 3. I'll take 9 as the minimum. Now I'll compare with all the rest of the elements. Is 8 is less than 9? Yes, 8 is less than 9. Then I'll remove this 8 and I'll add 8. Now I'll go to the fifth index. Is 11 is less than 8? No. Is 15 is less than 8? No. Is 14 is less than 8? No. Is 5 is less than 8? Yeah, this is true. And what I will do is I'll take this and I'll add 5 over here, and the current index value. What is the current index value? That is 8. And I'll put this 8 in the temporary box. And now what I will do is I'll swap these two elements. I'm sorry, I think the current index value is 9. Yes, the current index value is the current element at the index 3 is 9. And now what I will do, I'll swap 9 and 5 over here. And by swapping, I'll remove this 5, I'll add 9 here, and I'll remove this 9 and I'll add 5 over here. Okay, now let's go to the fourth index, that is here. I'll erase this. Now we are at index 4. I'll take 8 as my minimum value, and now I'll compare with the rest of the elements. Is 11 is less than 8? No. 15? No. 14? No. 9? No. 7? Yes, 7 is less than 8. So I'll remove this and I'll add 7 over here, and the current element at index 4 is 8, and I'll put this in temporary, and I will swap 7 and 8. So in place of 8, in place of 7 I'll be adding 8, and in place of 8 I'll be adding 7. And now I'll go to the next index. The next index is 5. Now I am at index 5. At index 5, what I will do is I'll take 11 as the minimum. I'll compare with the rest of the elements. Is 15 is less than 11? No. Is 14 is less than 11? No. Is 9 is less than 11? Yes. So in place of 11, I'll remove this and I'll add 9. And I'll go to the next index, that is 8. Is 8 is less than 9? Yes, 8 is less than 9. So remove this 9 and add 8 to the minimum. And I'll store the current index value, that is 11, in temporary array. And I'll swap 11 and 8. And here in place of 11, I'll be having 8. And in place of 8, I'll be having 11. Okay. So now let's go to the next index. And the next index is 6. I'll store the minimum as 15. And now I'll compare with the rest of the elements. Is 14 is less than 15? Yes. Remove this and add 14. And I'll go to the next index, that is 9. Is 9 is less than 14? Yes. Remove this and add 9. And I'll go to the next index, 11. Is 11 is less than 9? No. False. So I have decided my minimum, and yeah, temporary I'll store it as 15. And now I'll swap 15 and 9. So after swapping this, the array would be 15 and this would be 9. And now I'll go to the next index, that is 7th index. I'll go to the 7th index. I'll store this as the minimum, and now I'll compare with the rest of the elements. Is 15 is less than 14? No. Is 11 is less than 14? Yes, 11 is less than 14. I'll remove this 14 and I'll be adding 11 in place of minimum, and the temporary I'll be storing as 14. And here I'll swap 14 and 11. So here in place of 11 I'll be having 14, and in place of 14 I'll be having 11. Okay, now I'll go to the next index, that is 8th index. Now I'm at the 8th index, and I'll store 15 as the minimum value, and I'll compare with the rest of the elements. So is 14 is less than 15? Yes, true. So remove this and add 14 in the minimum, and yeah, store the current index element in the temporary, and here swap 15 and 14. After swapping 15 and 14, I'll be having 14 over here and the 15 over here, and now you can see the array has been swapped. That is, it has been ordered correctly, it has been sorted in the increasing order. So in this way we can solve the selection sort. So this was the method of solving. You have to take the minimum and you have to take the temporary array and you have to swap the element. You have to swap the minimum element to the current index with where your I stands. To that index you have to swap it. So yeah, let's code this and let's see how to solve. I have already taken the array elements you can see on the screen, and here I'll be calling the function, that is selection sort function, and in this I'll be passing the array. Okay, and here I'll be creating the body of this function, that is public static void main string args. I think I missed here. Okay. Oh shit. Sorry guys. Here I had to mention the selection sort, and here I'll be passing the array, and yeah, I think the method name I have given wrong here. Yes, E. Yes. And here I will be writing the logic of the sort. And what is the logic to sort? I'll just take n, and in this n I will be I'll take the length of the array. After taking the length of the array, what I will do is, as I explained, first we will select an index. That is the first I'll select an element, and from that element I will be comparing to all the elements further. So let's create a for loop, and I'll be going ahead and this I'll take the minimum element, and I'll initialize this minimum element with the index. I'll take the minimum element as the current index, that is the current element, and here I will compare with the rest of the elements. Yeah, j will be ahead of I, and j is less than n. Yes, and here I'll be doing the j pointer, and here what I will do is, uh, here I'll compare whether the current element is less than the minimum. That is, I'll be comparing the rest of the elements in the array apart from the selected index, and I will add the minimum in this, and I'll take the I'll initialize the index. I'm sorry guys, I think my battery is running down. Give me a second, I'll just plug in the charger. Okay, and yeah, here I'll take the index, and this index I'll be giving it as 0, and here I'll take the index, and I will record the index. Okay, why am I recording this index? Because in order to swap the elements I require this index, and after swapping, here I'll come out of the j loop. After coming out of the j loop, I'll just swap, and in order to swap I'll take in m, and I'll store the current index value, and in place of this current index value, I'll be swapping the element which is minimum. That is the element which is minimum and which is present at this index. And in place of this index, I'll be putting the temp. Yeah. Uh, I guess the swapping has been done perfectly. Yes. And now here what I will do is, After swapping, I'll just print. Let's see what's the output. See what's the output, and arrays the string, and in this I'll be passing the array. I'll I'll be printing this array, and now I'll run this. Yes, you can see the elements have been sorted successfully. So in this way, guys, we can implement the selection sort algorithm and the code. So if you have liked the way I explain, if you like the way I explain this method, please like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. Thank you. Bye bye. Meet you in the next video.